War Stories brought to you by Gary Gruner Chevrolet, Buick GMC in Madras.
In our weekly War Stories series, we tell the stories of Central Oregon's war veterans, some who made it back from their war and some who didn't. Tonight, War Stories producer Warren Schultz introduces you to the story of an Army veteran in Bend named George Lee.
I was born in Brandywine, Maryland, 1951. Both my grandfathers were sharecroppers, and so we grew up very, very poor. I'm the third of 10 kids, and because basically the kids were your labor force.
As young as 8 years old, the children worked long hours in the tobacco fields.
Can't see in the morning till can't see at night.
When George graduated from Gwynn Park High School in 1969, he took a job at a fast food restaurant in Washington, D.C.
Police officers would come in the back door and we would give them food free. I was an assistant manager, so I would, talk to them, and that's when I generated my interest in being a police officer.
George saw the Army as the fastest route to becoming a police officer. He joined in March of 1973 with the plan to become an MP, get the GI Bill for college, and pursue the goal of law enforcement.
I was going to be in for the short haul, 3 years in and out. But once I got into the Army, I became an MP. I enjoyed it, got promoted, I advanced through the ranks, and I had the opportunity to get into the Criminal Investigation Division.
While still an MP, George went undercover for a drug suppression team.
I was used as an undercover narcotics officer where I could make controlled purchases of narcotics, illegal drugs from soldiers. We would then flip those soldiers, use them as informants to find out where they were getting their drugs from.
It was dangerous work, and soon a hit was put out on George, but a waitress overheard plans to ambush him and she was able to help him escape. George moved into the CID where he had his own drug suppression team. He also took part in providing security for high-profile clients such as the U.S. Secretary of Defense and other dignitaries.
And I was able to go on protective service missions with Dick Cheney, Mike Carlucci, Admiral Crowell, and General Schwarzkopf.
After 24 years in the Army, 12 of them in CID, George retired in 1992, 4 years after he'd also earned a college degree from Colorado State University.
After I retired from the Army, my wish came true to become a civilian police officer. I started working for the Seattle Police Department, and that's when I met my lovely wife. She was also a police officer.
George and Karen were married in 2002 and both continued to work for Seattle PD. In 2013, George had to retire when symptoms of Parkinson's disease made it impossible for him to continue.
We retired together on the same day, and she brought me to Bend. And since I've been here in Bend, I got involved with the Band of Brothers. I think Bend is one of the most veteran-friendly cities that I've been involved with.
George and Karen have made Bend their home, and George stays active with veterans, including being part of the flag lines for local veteran ceremonies. When George looks back on his beginnings as a child helping his sharecropper grandfather on a tobacco farm, the journey seems like a long one.
From here to there is a long way, and I'm very thankful. Illiterate grandparents to a college graduate in 3 generations. I think that's phenomenal.
Thanks to George for sharing his story, and a special thanks to Gary Gruner Chevrolet Buick GMC for sponsoring War Stories and giving us the time and resources to tell the stories of Central Oregon's war veterans every Monday night on Central Oregon Daily. We'll be right back.
For more stories that matter to you, watch Central Oregon Daily on KOHD ABC, KBNZ CBS, and CentralOregonDaily.com.